So hold on a second. So Fard Muhammad put out some information. Clarence 13X got hold of it and then started Nation of Gods and Earths. In their teachings that Clarence 13X gave them, Fard Muhammad's first contact or first appearance in 1910 is the said to have come in contact with Noble Drew Ali in 1910. His second coming, July 4th, 1930. His second coming of what? Second coming of prophethood, because there was a prophet before Prophet W.D. Fard Muhammad, and his name was Noble Drew Ali. And the second coming of the prophet was after the prophet died, and then W.D. Fard Muhammad is not a prophet. But hold on a second. Given Zell also said that he's a prophet. And then Kurtman Bey, well, he didn't say he's a prophet, but he said he's supreme grand stuff and he's authority of something. And then you go into King Alfred Plan. And then in King Alfred Plan, you see that all the organizations that are listed as the infiltrated, which means they're infiltrated now certain people who shouldn't have jurisdiction because of COINTELPRO agents. And these agents tried to keep Noble Drew Ali in the dark from people and push their guy that they like to push and their guy that they like to rep. And crumpled Noble Drew Ali up and threw him in a corner. And figured, nah, nobody don't need that. But in their stuff though, Nation of Gods and Earths, who's gonna go on COINTELPRO agents channel, right? And rep some Nation of Gods and Earths or whatever like that. Their stuff says that Fard Muhammad was in contact with Noble Drew Ali since 1910. You think people didn't mess around with your birthright? Then now we gotta put extra. We gotta put 3 years. You gotta put those 3 years out now. So now who's really before that now? As far as liberation of our people that were so-called slaves that came over here on a slave ship, and then they became mental slaves, and then they needed somebody to come and teach them whatever like that. And they talk about Garvey, and they talk about W. Du Bois, and they talk about all these people, but they never talk about Noble Drew Ali being the one that came and brought the salvation to the people. That after he died, Moors hijacked it and pretend like they own it. And then now today, same Moors who claim that they're a prophet and all that stuff right now, some of them are coming out wearing their fezzes and stuff like that, wrapping in a turban to hide it, you know what I mean? And not tell the people they're Moors, but, you know, dress like a Moor, pretend like, you know, people are stupid or whatever, that we can't see the fez underneath your turban that you're wearing there, giving your mass of whatever, right? Playing games with people's birthright. Not just gonna come out and tell them, but, you know, try to you know, make us not talk about it. So, oh, he's wearing the fez, so yeah, no, we're gonna talk about it. Because it's still not telling people that they're Moors. And they're repping all these, where's the thing at? They represent all these different whatevers. Up to now, still don't know who the hell they are. When man came and told them who they are in 1913. Oh, sorry, 1910. Right? Because remember, Fard Muhammad didn't say he was in contact with Timothy Drew. He was in contact with Noble Drew Ali in 1910. So somebody's hiding records that they need to come up with. They want to play like, you know what I mean? You want to play games? Oh, you want to play games, huh? certain people selling packages and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You guys are Moorish Science Temple of America. So, you know, because you're Moorish Science Temple of America, you're the real authority for whatever. You're not the real authority of nothing. You guys, all you guys are sellouts and agents. Telling people about civics is sovereign citizen stuff and all that. When the fact that you have a divine constitution and bylaws is civics. The fact that you have a fez is civics. The fact that you got a suit and tie, that's civics. And these people dissing civics. Talking about their Moors. And they represent Moorish Science Temple of America. No, they represent the democracy. They represent the democracy. Because this is your birthright. This is not some own stuff. This is your birthright. Ain't no UN coming here to save you. You don't talk to people in another country. They talk about they're escaping the UN who's raping and stuff like that in their country. What are you talking about, UN? You want to be part of that? So hold on a second. So it's a fact that the UN are mercenaries. They're not on some help, whatever. They're another foreign corporation doing what they do. Occupy. By force of arms. And they would pepper spray you in your face. You try to pull some stuff. Occupation. You know that there's occupation. These people are so full of BS that they rather rep a foreign occupying force just because they put out some declarations, make sure you look declarations up. Yeah, they just put out some declarations and everybody's getting wise to the fact that it's birthright, and then they throw out another carrot. You know, you have people coming out talking about they can do whatever and they got this connection with the whatever. They're not wearing no national headwear. Not wearing much less of a anything to represent that you belong to something other than the democracy. Everybody knows the Feds is not democracy. That is a fact. Right? Don't even get caught up. All they did was make a declaration. And what did they declare? Same stuff Noble Drawley declared in 1910 to all these people. That's what they declared. And remember, Declaration of the Rights of a Child was 1923. Right? Remember, Noble Drawley is 1910. Now, 1913, like we've been coerced to believe for the past 100 years. The date actually goes back further to 1910, according to Nation of Gods and Earths. Thank you very much. It's Clarence 13X for keeping the records of Noble Drawley alive. So there can be no dispute as to where the liberation is supposed to come from for these people with these 1,500 names that all look the same. It's going to come from their connection to the Moorish Divine and National Movement, which Moorish Holy Temple of Science is connected to, Great Seal Association is connected to, Circle of Mothers and Sons is connected to, RV Bay Publications is connected to. Then there's certain people who don't want to connect to that. They just want to be Moorish Science Temple of America only, and avoid Moorish Divine and National Movement, and just throw it out in a little, whatever. When Noble Ali said that, that's what you have to be connected to, the Moorish Divine and National Movement. Why? Because this is birthright. It's not some organization club joining because you have a membership card and you pay dues. It's nationhood, and you should support your own nation. Why wouldn't you support your own nation? Instead of supporting some UN and supporting some UCC people, supporting people who don't care about you, they just want your 15 notes or whatever, and they're straight. They get 50,000 people to give them 15 notes, they're good. They're good. Peace and love, Grand Sheikh Kudro. I've begun a business that offers a service, and I have a client who wants me to sign a W-9. What should I do, and should I go about, and how should I go about it? Also, where should I go to find the correct information how to properly write writs? So for the W-9 question, I would suggest you email you could email MHHS Sons of Allah at gmail.com. MHHS Sons of Allah at gmail.com with regard to the W-9, because I really have no answer for that. And to find the correct information how to properly write writs, most of the time what we tell Moors to do is use the writs that are already there, and there as in rvbaypublications.com Writs of Freedom page and Moorish Nation Public Records website, and you'll see ample amounts of writs there that you can, use as templates to fashion your own writs for whatever it is that you have to do. Because remember that it's birthright. So don't look at it like you see a writ with some Moors autograph and witnesses on it, that's their writ. It's not their writ, that's the nation's writ. Go look at the top of that writ, I bet you that there's a flag or a seal or something that does not belong to that individual whose writ that is. So that's the nation's writ. That's not the individual's writ. So being that that's the nation's writ, that writ is public record, which is why RV Bay Publications and Moorish Nation and a few other Moors have their writs out there, because it's public record. And most of the time because they're dealing with some type of foreigner trying to violate them or trying to cheat or trying to whatever, and they're just putting it out there that we've been having communication with these people, here's what we sent to them, here's their response, whatever like that. They put that on the website and it's public record. Anybody could go look at it, check it, double check it, triple check it, whatever.